have other conversations. Fun.
No, it is not. Welcome back to our channel. We already have some disruption today. Guys, anyway, so what we're doing today, we're going to use McDonald's meals to help you understand how distributive property works. In other words, if I'm buying multiples of a set of something, how much should I walk out with? So let's take, for example, if I'd say I'm going to buy 2 of combo meal number 1, what I'm asking is how much food should I end up with if I have 2 of those combo meals? So the way we write this mathematically, the number of combo meals goes on the outside. So in this case, I'm buying 2 sets of combo meals. On the inside of the parentheses is included everything that comes in each combo meal, because I now have 2 of those. Does that make sense? Okay? So when we distribute our outer number, which we're calling this a distributive property, you'll see in a minute, all I'm doing is the number that's being multiplied, I draw arrows to make sure that I actually multiply it by each of the numbers on the inside. So in other words, what I'm saying is I now have bought 2 combo meals. Each one had 1 burger in it. So how many burgers should I have? 2 burgers. I have 2 combo meals. Each combo meal has 2 fries. So how many fries should I now have? 4 fries. I have 2 combo meals. Each one now has 1 drink. So how many drinks should I have? 2 drinks. Does that make sense? So with 2 combo meal number 1s, what I bought is 2 burgers, 4 fries, and 2 drinks. Does everybody see that? Anybody not see that? Okay, so let's do one more. We'll see if you get it on this next one. And now I want to buy 3 of combo meal number 2, please. So where does that 3 go? JJ? In the first blank, because I'm buying 3 of these meals. Does that make sense? Yeah. Now, in each meal, now we're on combo meal number 2. So how many chicken nuggets do I have in combo meal number 2? 1. So I have 1 nugget. How many fries do I have? 1 fry. This is the kids' meal, so we're sharing this between our 2 kids. So how many drinks do they get? 2 drinks. Okay? So what we're doing, now we're going to rewrite so we can distribute. I have 1 nugget. I've got 1 fry. I've got 2 drinks. I'm now going to distribute the 3 to each part of the meal. So if I have 3 meals with 1 nugget each, how many nuggets do I have? 3 nuggets. If I have 3 meals with 1 fry each, how many fries do I have? 3 fries. If I have 3 meals with 2 drinks each, how many drinks? 6 drinks. So in number 1, buying 3 combo meal number 2s, I actually ended up buying 3 nuggets, 3 fries, and 6 drinks. Does this make sense? Luna, does that make sense? Are you starting to see it? Good. Okay, number 2. I want 2 of combo meal number 3. So where does the 3 go? The 3? Lysana? Lysana? So where does the 3 go? So where does the 3 go? Guys, this is a key point. When you start these tests next week, they're going to put extra numbers in the problems that you don't need. I don't need the 3. The 3 is just telling me which meal I'm using. It doesn't go in the math problem. So Losada was absolutely correct. The 2 goes out here because I'm buying 2 of the meals. Does that make sense? So now combo meal number 3, what do I have in there? I have 2 burgers. I have 1 fry. And I have 2 drinks. Okay? So I'm buying 2 of the meal. I've got 2 burgers, a fry, 2 drinks. How much work is this to draw those 3 arrows? Guys, seriously, this is the #1 thing to make distributive property easy. After having taught this for 2 classes already today, I have students that aren't willing to do all that work to draw those arrows. And then they end up really confused because they don't know what numbers go together. Just draw the arrows. It's not hard. But it will do immense amounts of help in making sure you understand what numbers go together. So now I just start on the first arrow. 2 of 2 burgers means I end up with how many burgers? 4. 2 sets of 1 fry means I end up with how many fries? 2 fries. 2 sets of 2 drinks, I end up with 4 drinks. Is that hard? No. Draw the arrows. This becomes very easy. So in the end, how much did I end up buying with my 2 combo meal number 3s? I have 4 burgers. I have 2 fries. And I have 4 drinks. Okay, number 3. I want 3 of combo meal number 4. We've gotten rid of the blanks, so now we need to actually be able to write it by ourselves. So 3 of number 4. What am I going to start with? Brilliant, Cannon. What do I start with? Which is? Are you with us? We're on number 3 right now. 3. So I start with the number of meals that I'm getting, and then I do the parentheses, and then I put down what is included in that meal. So combo 4, that's our chicken lovers. So how many, what all do we have? We have 2 nuggets, 1 fry, and 2 drinks. So is everybody okay with this part so far? Okay, so rewriting it, we have 3 combo meals. Each meal's got the 2 nuggets, the fry, and the 2 drinks. Now I'm going to use the arrows. Oh, wow, this is so hard. Goodness. Drawing those arrows. That's almost impossible. So if I have 3 combo meals of 2 nuggets, how many nuggets do I end up with? 3 combo meals, 2 nuggets in each meal. Yeah. No. I have 3 meals. Each meal has 2 chicken nuggets. That's just 6 nuggets. I have 3 meals with 1 fry each, so I end up with 3 fries. I have 3 meals with 2 drinks each. I end up with 6 drinks. So for my 3 combo meal number 4s, I end up with 6 nuggets, 3 fries, and 6 drinks. I think we're getting ready to go to lunch. Okay, let's do our 4th one. We're doing now 3 combo meal number 1s. So I have 3 sets. Combo meal number has what? Number 1 has what in it? 1 burger, 2 fries, and 1 drink. Okay? So I have 3 of the meals with a burger, 2 fries, a drink. I now distribute all this difficult work. Oh my goodness, I have to draw all those arrows. I have 3 sets of 1 burger, meaning I end up with 3 burgers, I have 3 sets of 2 fries. So I have 6 fries. I have 3 sets of 1 drink. So 3 drinks. So in this case, what have I bought? 3 burgers, 6 fries, and 3 drinks. Is this making sense? Can you see what we're doing in these? Okay. So what we've done today, we did this a little backwards. Normally we give you all the definitions and then we start applying. But in order to help you visualize this and the definitions to make more sense, we did that real life example for you to begin with. Now our next part, when we are using our distributive property, what does distribute mean? If I'm distributing something, what am I doing to it? JJ? Okay? Giving it out, right? If I distribute something, I'm passing it out to everybody. So distribute really means to give out. So when we're using the distributive property, what we're doing is we're giving out the number or the variable, because it could be a variable on the in this place, which is on which part of the parentheses. Norm, great point, because it's not always left, but it is always on the outside. Okay? Yes, Miss McShann does not like it on the right, but they will do that. Okay? But it's whatever number's on the outside, that's the number we're distributing. Okay? And we distribute that to each term on the inside. So distributive property is really just about putting these numbers back together. We use distributive property to find what? What do you mean by the answer? Okay, so we're using it to find the total terms on the inside. Now here is where distributive property can be really beneficial. I know there's been a time or two you guys have been really impressed with how fast Ms. McShann and I can do some of the bigger multiplication, right? What you don't know is a lot of times what we're doing is using distributive property in our head, breaking the numbers into numbers that are really easy to do, and then putting them back together. So we literally utilize this on a consistent basis. It makes it very easy. So it's useful. We need to multiply a group of numbers being added or subtracted. It also works well with variables. Okay? Now, there are 3 steps to making this work. Step 1, I distribute just writing the arrows. So this is the first step, guys. So when we say do distributive property, do you have to write the arrows, Micah?
You don't have to, but I expect that you should.
Why don't you have to? It's step 1.
No, I mean, you can still do it without the arrows, but I mean.
Yeah, you're going to have fun on this one. Okay, so we distribute using the arrows to make sure we keep track of it. Now, this step you don't necessarily have to do. You can rewrite it. So I'm doing 2 times 5 plus 2 times 3x, because those are my 2 terms. Then I do the actual multiplication. So what is 2 times 5? 10. What is 2 times 3x? 6x. Okay? I can't go any lower than that because I don't know what the variable is. If I am breaking down numbers, I could do the extra step where the numbers would now go together, but you don't always have to. Simplify if you can. For today, don't worry about the model, okay? We're not going to stress on that piece. So let's do, again, how to use it. One big piece of this, you can use distributive property with addition or subtraction. Either operation on the inside works. The key is I'm multiplying the number that's on the outside. So our step one, let's use our arrows. So I do the arrows to each of those inside terms. Step two is I actually do the multiplication. So 2 times 5 equals 10. Whatever is on the inside just comes straight down. In this case, it's addition. 2 times 3x gives me 6x. Can I simplify any further? Nope, so I'm done. There's my answer. Okay, on our second one, it doesn't matter if it's addition or subtraction. The process is the same. I start with the arrows, because the arrows are going to tell me which numbers are going together. 3 times x gives me 3x. Again, whatever sign is in the middle just comes straight down, so in this case it's subtraction. 3 times 4 is 12. Can I simplify that any further? Then I'm done. Should be. Questions on what we're doing on this? Okay? Now we're going to give you guys a chance to practice. So you have 8 problems to practice on. Quick note. What we're going to do on this, if it's on the back side, it kind of gives you a couple of options. One is I could just do it from there, just distribute. However, Ms. McShann highly prefers rewriting it so that that variable is in front. You can do it either way. Make sense? Okay, you have 8 problems. We will give you guys about 12 minutes. You may work with people at your table.
All right, guys, you started this before lunch. You had plenty of time to finish, so let's go over it. So on number 1, I am distributing the 6 to both of the terms inside the parentheses. So 6 times x is 6x plus 6 times 5 is 30. And that is your answer. Hayden, take that off your head, please. On number 2, I'm distributing the 2 on the outside to both terms. So 2 times r is 2r. Bring down the subtraction sign. 2 times 4 is 8. What's wrong? Number 3, same thing. And yes, we expect you to draw the arrows. 4 times x is 4 times x is plus 4 times 8 is 32. This one, I prefer to rewrite it where it's in front, so I'm going to use this one. N times n. How do I show a number times itself? Using an exponent. So how many n's am I going to have with n times n? 2. So n to the second power plus n times 6. 6n. The number always goes first when you are multiplying. Number 5. I'm distributing my 7. So 7 times 2 is 14x plus 7 times 10 is 70. 6, I'm distributing the 8 to both terms, so 8 times 7x, 56x, minus 8 times 2, 16. Distribute the 3, 3 times 5, minus 3 times y, 3y. And I'm going to cross out the 8 here and put it in front. Distribute the 8. 8 times 2 is 16 minus 8 times n, 8n. Any questions about that? Nolan? Keep looking for it. Nobody was in here during lunch. We don't do that in this class. All right, you need to take out the blank sheet of paper you used this morning for the practice test questions. Put your pack it to the side right now. Take out your blank sheet of paper that you used for the practice test questions. And on the back, number 1 through 12. Okay, again, please take out your blank sheet of paper, number 1 through 12 on the back. Quickly, guys. Does everybody have their paper out and numbered? Raise your hand if you are not ready. Quickly, please. 1 through 12. All right, on the first question, I want you to find the missing number where the question mark is. When you have it written on your paper, you have your answer, raise your hand so I know you are finished. Keep them up. Hayden. I'm not seeing very many on my side. The missing number. Duriel, what do you think the missing number is? Yes, it is 23. Guys, you're just rewriting it. 8 times 7, 8 times 23. It's everything we just did, yes? Fix yourself, please. All right, this one, we want you to use the distributive property to solve. Find the answer. Ayana, what'd you get? 50. Tell me how you got it. I could also say both of them are being multiplied by 5, so that's on the outside of my parentheses. 8 plus 2 on the inside of my parentheses. 8 plus 2 is 10. 5 times 10 is 50. Does that make sense? Hello? All right, try number 3. Here is a hint, guys. We do not want to see you multiplying 8 times 29. We want you to break up that number into pieces and multiply it using the distributive property. So I'm going to let you think on that for a minute. Raise your hand when you have an answer. Your work should not be 8 times 29. All right, Mateo, can you tell me how you did it? That is actually perfect. 160 plus 72, which equals 232. That's what we mean by breaking up the number. 20 plus 9 equals 29, yes? Is there a way we could do this using subtraction? What makes 29 when you subtract? I need easier than that. What makes 29 when you subtract, guys? 30 minus 1. So could I do 8 times 30 minus 8 times 1? So that would be 240 minus 8, which is 232. And I can do all that in my head without having to work out 8 times 29 on the paper? Make sense? I showed all of my work, everything I did, but did I have to work out a big, long multiplication problem? Does that make sense? All right, number 4. Find the missing number. What goes where the question mark is? Raise your hand when you got it. All right, Deanna, what do you think it is? It is 3. You are multiplying by 3 to each term. Go ahead. Number 5, find the missing number. I don't like talking over people, guys. I've told y'all that about 1,000 times. Raise your hand when you got it. What'd you get? Yes, it is 3. 30 plus 3. Number 6. This one, they want you to use the distributive property to solve. Here is my hint. This is always the second step that we do. We break it into the terms. Go backwards to the first step and see what you see.
Okay, guys, let's take a look at this one. Again, this one I said your hint was take a step back. So if I actually did this as 4 times 34 minus 24, you guys should all be able to do that, right? 34 minus 24 is 10. 4 times 10 is, again, the whole idea on distributive property, make the numbers easy for you to work with. You should be able to do mental math. For those of you who have ever been impressed with how quickly I can do a lot of these multiplication with bigger numbers, it's because I use distributive property. I break the number down, find something easy, and then just work off of that. Okay? Let's go to number 7 on your paper. This should be a quick one. Should have hands up immediately. Make sure you have it written down before you raise your hand. Right, Nora? Your hand was up so fast, there's no way you had that written. Right, but you have to write it before you raise your hand. That's the whole process. Well, you know, maybe if you were talking, she wouldn't be getting her. Okay, Nora, what'd you get? 1. Guys, quiet down. Going to number 8. Should be another quick one. Make sure you have it written down first. Anna? 3. Good job. That's the number being multiplied by each of the pieces. Okay, here's one again. You'll need to write down how you're breaking this one down. So this one is going to take a little more work. Write down how you're breaking it down before you evaluate it. So how are you going to break down 58 to make this easy for you to do mentally? Okay, I'm hoping we get both ways that I would break this down. So JJ, you look like you really want to share. You got what? 124? 174, okay. Guys, please stop the chatter. Good? Excellent. Make sense? Anybody else do it differently? Anyone else do it differently? Wesley? So you did it the other way. You did the 60 first. So 3 times 60, 3 times 2. Guys, I'll be honest, this is the way I would have done it. The way I basically do it if you're looking at a number that's higher, basically 7 to 9, I'll actually go up and then come back down, because the numbers you're putting together are usually easier than trying to do the tens number plus 7 or 8, especially because a lot of you really struggle with your math with 7s and 8s. So either one is acceptable. You could do either. Unfortunately, we got 6 minutes left. We got to do this. Here should be another quick one. Evaluate. Put those pieces together. Why are you not working? Again, once you have the answer written down, raise your hand. Okay, we're almost half. Hayden, you got this already? Because you're like looking the other way. Well, it should have been easy, guys. 325s is 75, 300s, 375. Okay? 11, another fast one. You do have to pay attention, though. Let me get it so you can see it all. You have it written down, Nate? I didn't see your pencil moving. How do you have your hand up while you're writing? It's not, though. Oh, yeah, Maddie. Maddie. 90. All we did was break down by place value, guys. 400s, 490s, 47s. Put it all together, makes that answer really easy. Although, again, being a 7, I would have gone to 200 and gone back 3. So either one would be good. Number 12. This should be fast. Do pay attention, though. Miss McShann's actually missed this a couple times today. You got to pay attention to the sign they used. I'll give you a hint. What did you get, Wesley? Good. So this is the one where they stepped back. So they did 40 minus 2. Okay, go ahead and pull your packets out real quick. Go to page 3 in the packet. Guys, I'm trying to help you on your homework. Please be quiet. Okay, on page 3, the initial part's very easy. This is exactly what we've been doing basically all day. All you're doing is generating an equivalent expression using the property. So I'm drawing the arrows and doing the math. 6 times n would give me 6n. Whatever sign it is comes straight down. 6 times 4, don't forget to do both of them, is 24. So there's your first answer. Don't let it mess you up if the number or variable is on the other side. You're doing the exact same thing. Remember, it doesn't matter if it's a number or a variable on the outside. You're still just multiplying it. The second part of this exercise, you actually are going to have to develop a distributive property showing what was bought, and then 2 ways to solve it. I'll give you a hint. 2 ways to solve it are basically what we were just doing. You can either do it here, add them together first, or you can break it apart and then put the parts together. That's 2 ways. So I put the parts together first, or I break it apart and then put the parts together. That's 2 ways. Make sense? Hopefully. Okay, go to the back page. Unicorn. I know, Miss McShann keeps calling it a unicow, which is very, very disturbing. It's a unicorn. Okay, on this one, you guys have done ones like this before. Guys, please stop and listen. We're starting up here. It's the same thing we've been doing. All we're doing is using distributive property. So on your homework, I should see the arrows showing what you distributed to. I should see this rewritten in the box So 4 times 2x gives me 8x, plus 4 times 1 gives me 4. By writing the answer in the box before I look at the options, that should keep me straight. So one of the arrows coming out is going to include that. I'll color in that arrow, and I go to the next box, okay? That's all there is to it, pretty simple. Questions on the homework? So it's basically just those 2 pages. This page, actually, you guys have about 2 minutes. If you worked quickly enough, you could probably finish this before the end of class. So go ahead and start on your homework.